सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम्। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। So last session we saw how the student formulated the questions that are essential for the spiritual inquiry and offered it to the Guru. Before doing that, what prompted those questions? We also saw that Prashna Bija, where the Guru, while consoling the student, actually summarizes the entire Vedanta. Ajnana yogat paramatmanah tava hi anatma bandha tatah eva samsritihi. Paramatmanah tava, though you are that supreme self, ajnana yogat, because of the union with ignorance, what has happened? Anatma bandha, created a bondage of anatma. Anatma means not self, identification with not self. Body is not me, but I think this is me. Mind is not me, but I think it is me. And then the moment I say I am the body, I am the mind, then the bondage is created. Why? Because then I am short, I am tall, I am sad, I am happy, I am angry. Limitations are there according to the upadhis, right? Tata eva samsritihi. Then the samsara starts. This is my, this is not my, this I like, this I don't like, this I want, this I don't want, right? Tata eva samsriti. This is what has happened. So the fall is given in the first line. Then what? The way to come out of it. Tayoho viveka udita bodhavannihi. The fire of knowledge born from the distinction between the self and not self, ajnana karyam pradahet samulam, will destroy the effect of ajnana along with its root, that is ajnana. So through the self-knowledge that I will gain by discriminating, differentiating between the self that is me and not self, which is not actually me, through that ajnana and its effects will be totally destroyed. Now this particular knowledge, this particular verse becomes Prashna Bija. I hope you have done your reflection on this point, how the 7 questions have come from this verse. I hope you have done that, right? Then, when the student heard this, he proposed a request. Kripaya shroyatam swamin prashnoyam kriyate mama maya taduttaramaham shrutva kritarthasyam bhavan mukhat. O Swamin, O Lord, Kripaya shroyatam, please listen to what? Ayam prashnaha maya kriyate. This question that is being made by me, that is being asked by me. Yaduttaram aham shrutva, listening to the answer of which, kritarthasyam, I will become kritartha, I will become fulfilled. Bhavan mukhat, listening to the answer from your mouth, I will become fulfilled. So please, Lord, O Guru, please listen to the question that I am asking and please give me answer. He said, please listen to a question, but asked 7 questions. What are those? Let us chant the verse together. Ko nama bandha kathamesha agatah katham pratisthasya katham vimoksha ko savanatma paramah ka atma tayor vivekah kathametaducyatam. Once more. Ko nama bandha kathamesha agatah katham pratisthasya katham vimoksha ko savanatma paramah ka atma tayor vivekah kathametaducyatam. Ko nama bandha. What is the bondage? Kathamesha agatah. From where this bondage has come? Katham pratisthasya. How is it sustaining? Katham vimoksha. How to be liberated from this bondage? Kaha asau anatma. What is the not self? Paramah ka atma. Then what is the supreme self? Tayoho vivekah katham. And how to discriminate, differentiate between this self and the not self. Etaducyatam. Please kindly tell me this. Now, since the student is asking this question, please understand that he has heard these terms. You cannot say that the student doesn't know anything about it. No, he knows. He knows there is something called as bandha and I am in that bondage. He knows that there is something that I am identified with which is not me. And there is something which is my true nature, which is different from what I know myself to be at the moment. He knows it. But the clarity is what the student is asking. Remember, the student is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna. So, viveka, vairagya, etc. is there, and in that viveka, what was the viveka? Nitya vastu ekam brahma. Tad vyatiriktam sarvam anityam. Isn't it? So, he knows about this, but more clarity is required. And for that, the questions are asked. And when the teacher heard the questions, he said, oh, my dear, what a question you have asked. Dhanyosi, kritakrityosi. You are indeed blessed. You are fulfilled, kritakrityasi. Why? Pavitam te kulam tvaya. You have purified your entire lineage. Why? Yad avidya bandha muktya brahmi bhavitumicchasi. That because avidya bandha muktya, by getting liberated from this bondage of ignorance, brahmi bhavitumicchasi, you desire to become Brahman. You are indeed fulfilled. Just for a moment, think, in this world, there are so many people. So many. When you go outside in your own city also, you see so many people, isn't it? How many of them actually know that there is something called as bondage and we are in bondage and we should get liberated? How many people will know? That also, some people who have got curiosity. Some people don't even know what it is. But how many actually pursue it? That no, this is now becoming too much. I must get the answer of this. What? Why am I here? Who am I? I must get answer. How many can do that? Such a fraction, such a small percentage. And in that also, how many actually get a chance to inquire, to gain the knowledge, to approach a teacher, to meet a guru, surrender? How many people get chance? How many people get chance to listen to the guru about all these questions? And therefore the guru is saying here, Dhanyasi, you are indeed blessed, Kritakrityasi. Why? Because you are not asking about physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, the science belonging to the world. You are asking about spiritual science, which is essential. It is okay if you don't know the material science. That's okay. It's good if you know, then you will be able to earn money, etc. in the world. But spiritual science is something that you must know. That's the purpose of life. You are born as human being to gain this knowledge. And now that you have gotten rid of all other questions and you have asked pertinent questions, congratulations. Dhanyosi kritakrityosi is a way of congratulating. The guru is congratulating the student. Yes, you have come to a correct question. And you want to get rid of this bondage and reach the Supreme Brahman. That is the thing that you should do. So, well done. You have already purified your entire lineage. Now, after praising the question of the student, now Guru says, no doubt you are blessed and you have asked the right question. I will give you answer also. Your request was there, no? Prashna ayam kriyate maya yaduttaram aham shrutva kritarthasyam bhavan mukad. I will answer you also, but you have to put efforts to understand and bring that knowledge into practice. Why? Because this is something, this self-knowledge is something which you have to do for yourself. Nobody can do it for you. To explain this point, now Shankaracharya is using a series of examples. Let us see that. Verse number 51. Okay, please repeat. Rinamocana kartaraha pitus santi sutadayaha bandhamocana kartatu swasmadanyo na kasyana. Rinamocana kartaraha pitus santi sutadayaha bandhamocana kartatu swasmadanyo na kasyana. Very simple Sanskrit. I think by now you have all become very scholarly people. So simple Sanskrit, you will be able to understand. Rina means debt. Mochana, freeing the debt. Kartaraha, those who can free me from my debt. Pituhu, for the father. For the father, there are other people who can clear him off his debt. Those who can release him from his debt. Debt, you understand? D-E-B-T, debt. You have taken money from somewhere, from bank or this or that. Loan, better word. Debt, loan. You have taken money, now you have to pay it back. Now for the father, Pituhu, Rinamochana kartaraha santi, kartaraha plural. There are many who Suta adayaha. Suta means son, adayaha etc. The son etc. There are many people who can pay back the debt taken by the father. Isn't it? Father took loan for the students, for the child's, for the sons or daughters, whatever, education or marriage. Then what? It is not that the father only has to pay. No. For the father, the son can also pay, the daughter can also pay. Isn't it? The son-in-law, daughter-in-law can also pay. Nephews can pay. Wife can pay. Anybody can pay. But tu is but bandha mochana karta tu, but to get rid of one's bondage of this anatma, swasmadanyah, other than yourself, na kaschana, there is nobody. Kaschana, anybody. Na kaschana, nobody. Swasmadanyah, other than you, nobody can release you from your bondage. If you have taken loan, somebody else also can pay it back for you and free you from the debt. But the bondage that you have got, this bondage of anatma, only you have to remove it. Only you have to release yourself. There is nobody else who can do it for you. Okay. You are saying, therefore, I agree, but not convincing. Okay, one more example. Shankaracharya says, I have number of examples, not one. I will give you many more examples. Let us see. Verse number 52. Mastakanyasta bharadehe.
Mastakanyasta bharadehe.
Dukkhamanyair nivaryate. Kshudhadhikrita dukkham tu. Vinasvena na kenachit. Mastakanyasta bharadehe. Dukkhamanyair nivaryate. Kshudhadhikrita dukkham tu. Vinasvena na kenachit. He said, I will give you two examples, one on this side, one on that side. What is that? Mastaka. Mastaka means head. Nyasta, that which is kept. Bhara. Bhara means load, weight. So you are carrying something on your head. Mastakanyasta bhara dehe, etc. Whatever you are carrying, dukkham. The pain because of that, anyehi nivaryate. Anyehi, by others, nivaryate, can be removed. Means what? Suppose you are carrying lot of luggage on your head. Somebody else can come and say, don't worry amma, don't worry uncle, now why are you carrying? You give me, I will take. And then you say, you please take. And then you say, what? Dukkham nivaryate. Of what? Mastakanyasta bharadehe. You are carrying so many things on your head, you can give it, somebody else can take it for you, and the dukkha can be removed. But kshudha adikrita dukkham tu. Tu means but, the other side. Kshudha means hunger, adi, etc. Kshudhadikrita, created. Dukkham, sorrow. The sorrow created by hunger, etc. Vina svena, svena vina. Without yourself, na kenachit, it cannot be removed by anyone else. Isn't it? Can you say that I am very hungry? So the person says, no problem uncle, I will eat for you. Many people when they fall in love, etc., they have that feeling. Not actually, it doesn't happen. When falling in love, etc., I am talking, okay. They say, oh, you didn't eat anything, oh, you didn't get anything, don't worry, I will eat it for you, and then they will eat, but by that my hunger will not go. Isn't it? Will my hunger go by somebody else eating? Probably it will increase more. I didn't get anything, that fellow is eating, it will increase more probably, but it will not go. Mastakanyasta bharadehe dukkham, the sorrow that is created by the load that I am carrying on my head, anyehi nivaryate, can be removed by somebody else. But kshudhadikrita dukkham tu, the sorrow created by my hunger, etc., Vinasvena na kenachit. Without me, nobody else can do. Right? Now focus on some words like kaschana, kenachit. Kaschana means by anyone. Not by anyone, anyone. Kenachit means by anyone. And then there is na. So it becomes no one by no one. Very interesting usages in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, what happens is this kaschana or kaschit, kanchit, kenachit, kasmaichit. So kaha goes on in the vibhakti declension and you can put chit or chana, chitchana, to give that feeling of anyone, whoever. Na kenachit, not by anyone. Na kaschana, no one. That's the meaning. Okay. So now Shankaracharya has given two examples to say that there are things that can be done by others. If you have got loan, somebody else can pay it. If you are carrying lot of luggage because of which there is sorrow, somebody else can do it. There are things in life where others can do it for you. But there are things in life which you have to do yourself. Like what? If you have hunger, you will have to eat. Remember, others can help. Mother can cook for you. She can put it in plate. Keep it in front of you also. And if too much of love is there, she can feed you also. But you will have to eat. Others can help. But eating has to be done by oneself. Why? Because hunger is mine. So I have to put efforts to get rid of that hunger. Right? Now one more example he gives on this side. Let us see. Verse number 53. Pathyamaushadha sevacha.
Pathyamaushadha sevacha.
Kriyate yena rogina.
Kriyate yena rogina.
Arogya siddhir drishtasya.
Arogya siddhir drishtasya.
Nanyanusthita karmana.
Nanyanusthita karmana.
Pathyamaushadha sevacha. Kriyate yena rogina. Arogya siddhir drishtasya. Nanyanusthita karmana. Beautiful. He says, if I am a rogi, diseased, a person who has got some sickness, illness, then what? Pathyam means the regulations. Especially in Ayurveda, etc., pathya is very much important. Pathya means what? In Ayurveda, they say that only the medicine is not sufficient. You have to follow so many other rules. Not like allopathy, you know. You have stomach problem, you take this medicine, then eat anything you want, no problem. Ayurveda doesn't work like that. They say, no. Even if you have back problem, first tell me what are you eating. Then you will say, what is the connection? Back is here, I am eating going to stomach. No. You should eat right amount of food which has right amount of what we say oil content, etc. Because that only is going to all the parts of your body. So many pathyas are there. Eat this, don't eat this. This is not good for you. You should avoid throughout. Pathyam. Right diet and all other right rules. That sleep early. All these things they will tell. And then what? Aushadha sevacha. Seva here doesn't mean service, okay? Sevanam means eating. Aushadha seva means taking the medicine. Sevanam means eating, isn't it? Taking in. So aushadha sevacha and medicine, consuming the medicine. So pathyam, right diet and other regulations, and aushadha sevacha and consuming medicine. Kriyate yena rogina is done correctly by which? Ill person, rogi, by patient. The patient that does both, asya arogya siddhi drishta. Of such a person, you see, drishta is seen. What is seen? Arogya siddhi. attainment of health. Siddhi means attainment. Arogya means health. Means a patient becomes healthy by consuming by consuming medicine and following the diet and other regulations. Pathya and Aushadha Seva, one who does, he becomes healthy or she becomes healthy. Na anya anushtita karmana. Nanyanushthita karmana, and not for a person who doesn't do pathya and aushadha seva. Anushtita karmana, anya. Anya means other person who na anushtita karmana, who has not taken up all these actions. Means what? If I have illness, I have to take medicine. I have to follow rules. Then only I can get rid of that disease and become healthy. I cannot say that no, I don't like the taste of the medicine, why don't you take it for me? The other person can take it for you, but you will not be helped by that. Again here please remember, others can help you. Doctors can help you in deciding which medicine should be taken, what is the regulation, etc. to be followed. And if there are too many restrictions on diet, there are people who can make food for you and make all the necessary arrangements and make sure that you are getting everything. But you have to follow that diet, you have to follow the regulations, you have to consume the medicine. Why? Because disease is yours. You have debt, somebody else can pay it for you. You are carrying lot of weight, somebody else can carry it for you. But if you are hungry, you will have to eat. If you have some ill health, you will have to take medicine. So there are things in life where somebody else can do it for you, but there are things in life which you have to do yourself. Others can help. Shankaracharya is saying the spiritual life is second type. Others can help, but you have to walk. Right? Now that's what he does, puts both these things together and presents one more example. One more example he gives. Let us see. Verse number 54. Vastu swarupam sphutabodha chakshusha.
Vastu swarupam sphutabodha chakshusha.
Svenaiva vedyam na tu panditena.
Svenaiva vedyam na tu panditena.
Chandraswarupam nijachakshushaiva.
Chandraswarupam nijachakshushaiva.
Jnatavyamanyairavagammyate kim.
Jnatavyamanyairavagammyate kim.
Vastu swarupam sphutabodha chakshusha. Svenaiva vedyam na tu panditena. Chandraswarupam nijachakshushaiva. Jnatavyamanyairavagammyate kim. Vastu swarupam. Vastu means that reality. Swarupam, nature. Nature of that reality, nature of the self. Svena eva vedyam. Vedyam is to be known. Svena eva, by oneself. The nature of the self should be known by oneself. How? Sphuta bodha chakshusha. By the eye of sphuta bodha, clear knowledge. Through the eyes of crystal clear self-knowledge, the nature of the self is to be seen by oneself. Natu panditena. And not by other scholars. Not by other scholar means what? The one who has just studied, but has not seen the self. By that scholarship, you won't be able to see the reality. You have to do it by yourself. It also means your guru is Shrotriya Brahmanistha. That does not mean that you will be able to see the self. You have to see it for yourself. Like what? Example is given in the second line. Chandra Swarupam, the form of the moon, Nija Chakshusha eva. You have to see it by your own eyes. Jnatavyam should be known that form of the moon, the beauty of the moon is to be known by seeing through your own eyes. Anyaihi kim avagamyate. Through others' eyes, what beauty can you see? Means what? Many times, they say, oh, Swamiji, you should go to this place. Why? Oh, what mountains? You just go there and you just, What do you feel? Nothing you feel. Why? Because that person has seen. That person has experienced. You maximum things you feel is, one day I should go. But the real fun, real joy is when you see it with your own eyes. The moon is so beautiful, but you are sitting in a closed room. Then how it will help? No, what I will do, no? I will go online and read what? The poetry of the people. What they have thought after seeing the moon. What will happen? Now you can enjoy the poetry, but the joy of seeing the moon, you will not get. Anyehi kim avagamyate. By other things, by other person's eyes, through other means, you cannot see. See, here actually, Shankaracharya is emphasizing 2 points in this particular example. One point is that you have to do it yourself. And second point, the only way to do it is jnana. For example, the beauty of the moon you have to see and you have to see, not hear about it. So, right kind of means and the right person, both are required. One is you have to do it for yourself. Other person doing won't work. And second thing, you must do it with right means. Then only you will get the right knowledge, right experience. Right? So, Vastu Swarupam, Sputabodha, that clear, crystal clear knowledge, through the eye of that knowledge only, one can see one should see the nature of that supreme reality. Natu panditena, and not by mere scholarship. Okay. So, scholarship is not the means to see that supreme reality. That crystal clear, direct experience that you yourself should have is the means for that vision of reality. That's how Shankaracharya says. So, Purushartha is must. Importance of putting effort, self-effort, it is what Shankaracharya is trying to tell us, right? There are things where people can do it for you. If you are in debt, somebody can pay it for you. If you are carrying lot of weight, luggage, somebody else can carry it for you. But there are things which nobody can do it for you. If you are hungry, you have to eat. If you are sick, you have to take the medicine. You have to see the moon to understand the beauty of the moon. In the same way, you have to gain the knowledge and realize the self. Others can help, but they cannot do it for you. They can help. The guru can guide. There are other co-travelers who can help. We have no group discussions, study classes, sessions. This all is for helping, but you have to walk yourself. Right? that aparoksha anubhuti till you get, you have to put efforts. So, oh student, don't think that you have asked questions means you are over job. Gurudev gives very beautiful example. Only Gurudev can give such example. He says, mother is carrying the child, small child, so therefore carrying, and then her friend is also going. What happens after lot of time, for such a long time that mother is carrying the child, and especially you all know that when the child sleeps, the child becomes more heavy, isn't it? So now the mother is not able to carry also for a long time. So what she does it, for some time she gives that child to the friend. And till that time she clears her sari and hair and everything and bag, etc. Now what? Ready to take the child back. Isn't it? He says like that. You have asked the questions, you have put that burden for some time to the Guru, that the Guru has to answer. But in the meantime, you prepare yourself. Why? Because it is going to come back to you. You cannot say you give it to the friend and you say, now you friend, you carry. Friend will say, who told you to have child? Your idea. You carry. I can carry it for you for some time till you clear off all these things. The student has asked question. Don't sit back and say, now question is asked, my job is over, done. No. For some time the ownership, the burden is given to the Guru, for Guru to answer. But student has to prepare again for what? For gaining that knowledge, understanding and experiencing. Right? Shankaracharya ji continues. Let us read verse number 55. Avidya kama karmadi pashabandham vimochitum kashaknuyad vinatmanam kalpakotishatairapi avidya kama karmadi pashabandham vimochitum kashaknuyad vinatmanam kalpakotishatairapi. He concludes the topic by saying avidya, ignorance, kama, desire, karma, action, adi, avidya, kama, karma, ignorance, desire, action, etc. Adi pashabandham, this bondage, vimochitum, to get rid of this bondage. Bondage of what? Bondage of avidya, kama, karma, ignorance, desire, action. Kaha shaknuyat, who can do it? Vina atmanam, without oneself, who can do it? Kalpa koti shatairapi. Now we know what this means. Kalpa is 1 day of Brahmaji. Koti, crore. Shata, 100. In 100 crore kalpas also, nobody other than you can get rid of this bondage of ignorance, desire and action. Means what? You have to do it. Who can do it means nobody can do it. It is a manner of saying, no? We also in our language, etc., we say, who can do it? Means nobody can do it. So what is he saying? This bondage that you have gotten yourself into, only you can release it. Release what? Release yourself from that bondage. Only you can do it. Nobody else can do it for you. Others can help, but they cannot do it for you. So you do it. And here he, very interestingly, now he is giving this, what is exactly the bondage? It's called avidya kama karma. Please note this point, very important. This avidya kama karma is called as anartha parampara. In Vedanta, avidya kama karma is called as anartha parampara. Parampara means lineage. Anartha means calamity. the cycle of calamity or the lineage of calamity. Means what? You see, I don't know my true nature is the beginning of all of my problems. That is indicated by avidya, ignorance. Now, when I don't know who I am, I consider myself to be something else. Correct? What I consider myself to be is a limited entity. So, I all the time feel that I am limited. Then what? Then the desire is born to become unlimited, that I want more and I want more and I want more. So, anartha parampara starts from avidya. Anartha parampara starts from avidya, ignorance. That ignorance, not knowing the self, not knowing who I am, creates misunderstanding of what I think myself to be, which creates a feeling of limitedness. Then comes the desire to become complete, infinite. The desire comes. And funny desires. Why? Because I think I am feeling limited because I don't have phone. So let me get phone. Then I will be complete. Because I don't have TV. Because I don't have degree. Because I don't have money. Because I don't have wife. You see? Desires. And then what happens? Then these desires lead me to actions. Why? Because I have to fulfill the desires. I have desire to get mobile because I think that once I get the mobile, I will be fulfilled. Then what? I put actions. I do actions to get the mobile. Now, when I perform those actions, vasanas are created, impressions are created. Those impressions strengthen the ignorance and create more desires. Then more desires means more actions. Those more actions will create more impressions, more vasanas, further more desires, further more actions, further more impressions, and the cycle continues. This is called as bondage. Anartha parampara. Ignorance, desire, action. Action strengthens the ignorance. Vasanas create more desires. To fulfill them, we do more actions, and the cycle continues. This is the real bondage. What does this mean? The moment we say that I am starting to live a spiritual life, I have to pay very close look on these three things in my life. The moment desire comes, I should recognize another desire has come. What should I do? Should I fulfill it? Is it worth it? No. Then drop it. No, but it is so good, the ice cream is so... Drop it. Not worth it. Why? Because the desire may be of object which is very good, but it is going to create more impressions, will create more desires. Then what? Then more actions. Isn't it? See, when we are young, when we have lot of energy, etc., then what? Then you want to earn more money and put it in, and then invest it in this bank, and then here you see there is more what? I don't even get these words nowadays quickly. What is interest, more interest in this bag. So if I put it in FD, fixed deposit, then I'll get more interest. But after certain age, now what is the stage that we all are in, most of us are in? Oh, please, no more I should go to bank. Automatically the fixed deposit should keep changing. Even if you get 2% less, okay, no problem. Why? Nahi karna, bas ho gaya, nahi chahiye, I don't want. For food also we are in the same stage. Food, a simple food, curd rice, khichdi. No, too much of effort will be required. I have to go and get some vegetables, etc., paneer and this, and then make. Then make means what? Cooking also will take effort, eating will take effort, digesting will take more effort. No, not required. I don't want. What will we do? Two of us together, we will cut some fruits and eat. Think about it. Now that has happened, why? Not because spiritual craving has come. Now it has happened because the body, mind, intellect cannot take it any further. You had a fair share of all that and you have misused and abused all that, and therefore now the body is not in a position to do it. So it is more because of the extreme things that we have done, therefore the body now says enough. But suppose that feeling of enough comes before the body wants out. When the body is fully active only, you start to understand this desire, is it worth it? Should I pursue it or should I just drop it? And you start dropping, what will happen? Slowly the desires will start to reduce. Those actions prompted by those selfish desires will start to reduce. The vasanas will start to reduce. The ignorance will become powerless. Slowly. That is what we have to do in our spiritual life. Many times we study, but don't understand what is to be done. This is what we have to do. Look attentively in every single thought that arises in your mind, in every single desire, every single new idea that you think you have got. Think, is it worth pursuing? Is it going to take me closer to myself or is it going to take me away from myself? If it is going to take me away from myself, drop it, not worth it. If it is going to take me closer to myself, pursue it. Just as we have gotten into this cycle, using the same desires, we can come out of the cycle. Start changing on that level. Start changing the actions. Start changing the vasanas. And the old vasanas will automatically start reducing. Old desires will go away. Actions you will not do. Selfish actions, etc. And then you will come out of it. But you have to do it for yourself. No, Vechi, you speak so nicely. Every Sunday I feel that so good. Why don't you do it for me? I will give you contract. Like they give contract for everything else. No? My house contract. Renovate the house. Like that. Renovate my life. No. Nobody else can do it for you. Gurudev used to give funny things, funny examples, anecdotes. So somebody went to Gurudev and said that, this Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched Swami Vivekananda and Swami Vivekananda realized. So Gurudev used to say, I am not Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Why? Because you are not Swami Vivekananda. You become Swami Vivekananda and come, I don't even have to touch with my hand. My feet will do. He used to say, I will touch you with my feet and you will realize. The greatness is that the student was ready. We hear instances where the teacher did not even speak and the students got the knowledge. Dakshinamurti, Mauna Vyakya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. Mauna Vyakya. Bhagwan Sri Shankara came as Dakshinamurti and did not even speak. He just showed Chinmudra. And those students, they realized. Shishyastu Chinna Samshaya. All their doubts were resolved. Just by mudra. Now I did this mudra. Anything happened? Nothing happened. Nothing will happen. Why? Because we are not preparing ourselves. So, though the student has gone and surrendered and asked the questions to the Guru, remember that the responsibility lies with the student. We have to do it for ourselves. This avidya, kama, karma, this anartha parampara that we are caught up in, we have to get rid of this bondage. Nobody else can do it for us. Right? How can we do it? Swamiji decided. What? From tomorrow, I am going to do rigorous pranayam. and asanas. To yesterday only I saw some video on YouTube, etc. You know how they flex their body, etc. From tomorrow I am going to do it. Why? I want to get liberated. Shankaracharya says, don't be a fool. Put efforts in the direction that it is required. Nobody is saying don't do asanas. Nobody is saying don't do pranayama, etc. Nobody is saying that. But understand what is the thing that you can achieve by that. You cannot get moksha by that. It may make your body fit to sit in meditation, and when you sit in meditation, you can realize that is true. The pranayama will help you in controlling your mind. True. But it cannot give you moksha. Shankaracharya continues. Verse number 56. Na yogena na sankhena
न योगेन न साङ्ख्येन
karmana no na vidyaya
कर्मणा नो न विद्यया
brahmatmaikatva bodhena
ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वबोधेन
moksha siddhyati nanyatha.
मोक्षसिद्ध्यति नान्यथा
न योगेन न सांख्येन कर्मणा नो न विद्यया ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वबोधेन moksha siddhyati nanyatha. Shankaracharya says, please understand clearly. Na yogena, not by yoga. Na sankhyena, not by sankhya. Na karmana, na ukarmana, never by action. Na vidyaya, here vidya means upasana. In the Vedic connotation, the word vidya is used for upasana. You study Ishavasya, Kena, etc., Upanishads, you will understand why vidya is called as upasana there. Na vidyaya here means not by upasana. Upasana is manasika karma, mental action, mental activity. By none of these, then what? Brahma Atma Ekatva Bodhena. By the knowledge, bodha, of oneness, Ekatva, of Brahman and Atman, that I am that Supreme Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. By this knowledge alone, moksha siddhyati. Liberation is attained, na anyatha, not by any other means. You want liberation? The direct means or the single direct means for liberation is Brahmatmaikya Bodha, Atma Jnana. Self-knowledge is the only means for liberation. All other things are before self-knowledge. You may do karma yoga, you may do upasana to purify the mind and to concentration, to increase the concentration of mind. You can do all that, no problem. You can get sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, do shravana, manana, nidhyasana, everything you can do. But all of this must lead to self-knowledge. Then only you can get liberation. Without that self-knowledge, liberation is not possible. This point earlier it had come. He had said, Vadantu shastrani yajantu devan kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi na siddhyati brahma shatantarepi. But Swamiji, if he had said that earlier, why is he saying? Here now Guru is saying. That time Shankaracharya was saying. It was not, that story had not started. And another thing also is there here. What he is doing actually here is, he is telling that there are different darshanas, schools of philosophy are there. Only by Vedanta you will get this. So here you see, yoga is one school of philosophy. You can consider that yoga as Ashtanga Yoga, but here actually that yoga is Yoga Darshana. Patanjali's Yoga Darshana, Yoga Sutras are there, no? Sankhya is another school of philosophy. We are all talking about Astika Darshanas. The schools of philosophy which consider Veda to be the source, authoritative source. Astika Darshanas. Before we started Vivek Chudamani, we had seen it briefly. The overview of darshanas, isn't it? Right? So, na yogena, not by yoga darshana. Na sankhya, not by sankhya. So, when you say yoga sankhya, the other two are to be included. What are the other two? Swamiji, I think I forgot. Nyaya darshana is there. Vaisheshika darshana is there. That is also to be included. And then he says, na karmana, not by action, na vidya, not by upasana. This na karmana, na vidya is referring to the Purva Mimamsa school of philosophy. Mimamsa school, the fifth school of Astika Darshana. Why it is not possible to gain liberation by these five schools? Because none of them speak of Brahma, Atma, Aikya. Now, by Upalakshana you also include what? Even in Vedanta, only the Advaita Vedanta will take you to liberation. Why? Swamiji, this is too much, no? You have become fanatic now. Till now I was listening nicely, now you are... No, the fact is because nobody is telling you you are Brahman. All others are saying something, 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 but that they are not hitting the nail right at the spot. Brahmatmaikatva bodhena vina moksha na siddhyati. Right? Only Advaita Vedanta is telling that you are what you seek. You are that Brahman which you are seeking. Right? Without that, liberation is not possible. Okay? Yes. Done. Swamiji, I have decided. What? No, you just said no. Brahmatmaikya bodha. I will gain. For that, what is required? I have to study. I will study. I am very good in studies. You just tell me what to study. I can study anything. You give me book, I will study and I will give it back to you. You take any exam, I can give. No problem. Hey, don't do like that. Just by doing that also it won't work. Shankaracharya again warns us. What? Let us see. Verse number 57. Veenaya Rupa Saundaryam.
Veenaya Rupa Saundaryam.
Tantri Vadana Saushthavam.
Tantri Vadana Saushthavam.
Prajaranjana Matram Tat.
Prajaranjana Matram Tat.
Nasam Rajyaya Kalpate.
Nasam Rajyaya Kalpate.
Veenaya Rupa Saundaryam. Tantri Vadana Saushthavam. Prajaranjana Matram Tat. Nasam Rajyaya Kalpate. Shankaracharya is in mood of examples. He says, Veenayaha, of the Veena. Veena, that musical instrument. I have seen Veena. Saraswati Mata is holding, Naradji is holding. Veena. Veenayaha Rupa Saundaryam, the beauty that you have decorated the Veena very beautifully. Tantri Vadana Saushthavam. Tantri means the strings. Vadana means playing. And Saushthavam means expertise. You are very good in playing that Veena. Oh, the hand just goes here like this. So lightning hand, Swamiji. Tantri Vadana Saushthavam. All this is for what? Prajaranjana Matram Tat. All this is for pleasing the audience. Praja means audience here. Ranjana means entertaining. You beautify the Veena and play the Veena very beautifully is only to please the audience. By playing Veena, na samrajyaya kalpate, you will not gain any kingdom. What kingdom? Shankaracharya is referring to Atma Samrajya, the sovereignty of the self. Remember this verse. Later on, towards the end of the text, this concept of Atma Samrajya will come again. End, right at the end, after 500 shlokas, this will come. What is he trying to say? Array, right now he is just giving one example. And what is the example? You understand the example. He himself will tell you what is the point in the next verse. Example is what? The beauty of the veena and the expertise in playing the strings of the veena is meant for pleasing the audience, not for gaining the kingdom. In Manasollasa, a beautiful text written by Sureshwaracharyaji, Shankaracharyaji's direct disciple, he says this Swarajyam. Swargadirajyam samrajyam manute nahi pandita tadeva tasya samrajyam yattu swarajyam atmani. The real samrajya is what? The real kingdom is what? The Swarajya. Swarajya means Atma Samrajya. Swasya Arajyam. That is called as Swarajya. Swarajyam word will come again, as I told you later on. Right? So that is what, by playing the veena beautifully and beautifying it, you can entertain the audience. You cannot gain the kingdom. Okay? So what is the point? Next verse. Verse number 58. Vagvaikhari shabdajhari
वाग्वैखरी शब्दझरी
Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam
शास्त्रव्याख्यान कौशलम्
Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvat
वैदुष्यं विदुषां तद्वद्
Bhuktaye Natu Muktaye.
मुक्तये न तु मुक्तये
Vagvaikhari Shabdajhari Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvat Bhuktaye Natu Muktaye. Beautiful verse. Tadvat. 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 Just like that. Just like that means what? Just now I gave you one example of veena, that you beautify the veena and you play it very beautifully is meant for entertainment of the crowd, not meant for kingdom. Tadvat, just like that. Vag Vaikhari. Aha. Vak means speech. Vaikhari means eloquence. Eloquence in speech. That words just, flow. Swamiji, what you speak? Oratory. Shabdajhari. Shabdajhari. Words flowing like water. Shabda. Jari. Jari means that waterfall. Shabda. Words are just flowing. And then what? Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam. Kaushalam means expertise. You are expert in what? Shastra Vyakhyana. How to explain a scripture. You know everything and you follow every single step. So there are steps for Shastra Vyakhyana, no? Sometimes you might have heard Padachhedaha, Padarthoktihi, Vigraha, Vakya Yojana, Akshepasya Samadhanam, Vyakhyanam Panchalakshanam. They say 5 things you should tell while explaining the scripture. What is that? First is Padachheda. You break the words and tell them, okay, this is the first word, this is the second word, this is the third word. Then Padarthokti, then meaning of each word is given. Then Vigraha, then you tell how that word is formed. That this word comes from this root to this pratyaya is added, and then when this pratyaya is added to that, then this Panini rule is applied, and then this happens, then this happens, then this happens, how the word is formed. Then what? Vakya Yojana, then you explain how the words then form a sentence. Anvaya. And then what? Akshepasya Samadhanam. Still some doubts may be there. Akshepa doubts, Samadhanam. You clarify that. This is called as Vyakhyana. This is called explanation of scriptures. What is Shankaracharya saying? A person has got eloquence of speech. The words flowing like water, and also knows how to explain scriptures. Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam. Vaidushyam Vidusham. Vaidushyam, scholarship. Vidusham, of the scholars. He has got all the scholarship. He can quote from this chapter and this text and that text and etc. 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 What? Tadvat. Tadvata means it is just like that. Means it is only to entertain a crowd, not meant for realizing the self. Bhuktaye is for enjoyment, natu muktaye, not for liberation. Means what? Shankaracharya, like a compassionate mother, is warning us. No doubt we have to inquire into the Supreme. For that we will have to gain knowledge. But please understand that the knowledge is meant for liberation. Don't use that knowledge for some foolish things. That I can, which chapter of Bhagavad Gita you want? I will tell you right now. I can go from front to end and end to front. From first verse to the last verse and last verse to the first verse. I can chant from here to there to here, and any verse anywhere and then you tell me, and then 100 other things also together. Don't get into all that. Why? All that is to entertain the crowd. Prajaranjana matram tat. So at any point of time, if you feel that you are a great orator, understand that you are just doing Veena Vadana. Other people are clapping, they will get up and go. Nobody will be benefited, neither you nor them. It is not meant for that. Gurudev used to emphasize so many times that pravachana etc. are done. Consider that as loud reflection. That you are talking to yourself and understanding new things that the Shastra is telling, which you can practice in your life. But what about the people then? People are just overhearing your conversation with yourself. The moment I change this attitude and I say, I must speak what they like, I must speak in a way that they like, gone. It has become bhuktaye, it has become for enjoyment, natu muktaye, not for liberation. So no doubt one has to gain the knowledge of Brahmatmaikya. For that one has to study Vedanta. But please understand that the study is not meant for gaining scholarship. The study is meant for purification, for clarity, so that you can experience the truth and realize. In philosophy, we always ask this question that anything that is done is meant for what? Is it meant for itself or is it meant for something else? Every single thing that we do in life is meant for something else. Isn't it? We go to school to get marks. We get marks to get admission. We get admission to go to college. We go to college to get a degree. We go to degree to get a job. We go to job to get money. We want money to get something else. What are you getting that Vedantic knowledge for? Are you getting it to become famous? That you will become popular, so many likes, social media, followers, this, that. Are you doing for that? No. Are you doing it for itself? That knowledge for knowledge? No. Next, that is the point that he will take up next. Why? Because knowledge is not meant for itself. The knowledge is a means to gain liberation. Unless you gain that liberation, the purpose of knowledge is not fulfilled. Be cautious. When we are starting the study, make sure that you are doing it for your purification and for your clarity. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata. If these two things are happening, then the knowledge is having a purpose. Otherwise, gone. Bhuktaye, natu muktaye. In some time when we start understanding Vedanta a little bit, remember we can give answer to anybody. Whether that answer is correct or not, that is not the point. But I can answer anybody. Then what? Then I get into a zone that I have become great. I have understood Vedanta. Interestingly, Vedanta is a kind of knowledge which is not enough to understand. Unless it becomes our experience, it is of no use. And if it doesn't become experience, whatever knowledge you have got, whatever efforts you have put to gain the knowledge will become useless, fruitless. Right? We are not here for Prajaranjanam, pleasing the audience. No. Bhuktaye, na tu muktaye. Then it will just become enjoyment. No, we are not here for that. We are here for what? Mukti. Don't lose the sight of the goal. See how Shankaracharya is warning us. First he is saying you yourself have to put efforts. Second thing he is saying that don't put efforts in wrong direction. Put efforts to know the oneness between you and Brahman. And understand also what that knowledge is meant for. Is meant for moksha, not for enjoyment. So be clear who has to do it, what has to be done, and for what it has to be done. Be clear about yourself, about the path, and about the goal. Right? Very interesting verse. Next he says that if this is not happening, then the scriptures are useless. We will see it in the next session. Right. All right. Chalo. We will conclude. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.